Hi loves! I have been rambling on and on and on for months about one of my closest friends getting married in Florida, so I'm down here for the wedding. It is officially the day. I think I'm like so freaking nervous because I'm about to go and do her makeup for her, so I thought I would get ready before I went to the event. And since it was a kind of special occasion, I thought I would film it for you guys as well. So this is going to be how I did my makeup, my hair, as well as showing you my dress. So if you want to see my get ready with me for this wedding, so get ready with me wedding edition, then just stay tuned. Starting off with hair, I do have a lot of natural curl, but today I'm going to do something really special, and I'm going to curl this with my favorite Numi curling wand. This is the Titan 3, which is cool because it comes with 3 different wand sizes, but I have an amazing deal for you guys that I will tell you about in a little bit. For right now, I am going to start detangling my hair and really brushing through it. When I let it air dry like I did for this day, just because I like the amount of volume that it gives me, it will get so tangled. So I'm just going to brush through it using my favorite wet brush. I'm going to distinguish my part as well and just make sure all of my hair goes to the correct side. And then I'm going to start to spray my heat protectant in. And today I'm using a heat protectant from Chi that I really love. It smells really good and it also protects from heat. So I'm going to spray that throughout and then make sure everything is evenly distributed just using my wet brush again. Once that heat protectant has been sitting in for about a minute, I'm going to start to curl my hair. So you can see I'm taking relatively small sections. I would say about 1 inch in width. And I'm going to start by curling away from the face. I'm also starting the curls quite low because later on I'm going to go in and really smooth over the top half of my head with a flat iron. For now, I am just curling the hair around the iron, letting it sit for I would say like 10 to 15 seconds, then letting it go and letting it cool in the palm of my hand. This really helps the curls to set. And honestly, on a day-to-day basis, I don't love to go through all of the hassle of curling my hair this way, but for a special event, this will really help it to stay. It will really help the curls to sit and look absolutely stunning. So I am curling all of the hair away from my face so far and just dropping it into my hand and holding it for I would say another 10 seconds to let it cool. Like I said, I have an amazing deal for you guys right now. I am using the Titan 3 set, which is a little bit more expensive, but right now you can get the exact curling wand size that I'm using, so the 32mm barrel wand in a single magic wand form for only $25 through Numi. I love my Numi wand so much. It doesn't work towards the Titan, so you can't get this one where it comes with a bunch of different barrel sizes, but I have to be honest with you, I use this largest 32mm size over everything else anyways, so I highly recommend it. The coupon code and the link for the sale are down below. On each side of my head, I am curling one 1-inch section towards my face, and the only reason I'm doing this is just so that all of my hair doesn't start to group together and form one massive curl on my head. A huge component to these curls is keeping them nice and smooth. So you can see I'm really taking the time to brush through my hair, separate each and every section so that my hair doesn't get tangled when I curl these. This will help them stay separated and stay big and bouncy and fluffy. Once I am done curling all over my head, I like to pull all of my hair forward and just check to see if there are any sections I would like to recurl. For me this day I wanted a little bit of extra bounce on the very top section of my head on this side. So I just took the section, I really brushed it out, and then I recurled away from the face. I am going to quickly use a little bit of hairspray and really scrunch it at the end so that they hold while I am working on the rest of myself for this day. And with the power of editing, we're going to breeze through the other half of my head and move into makeup. Now, I currently have nothing on my face. I have just let my skincare sink in and really give my skin a good pampering while I've been doing my hair. And I'm going to start off with eyes today. So I'm first using a bit of my favorite concealer just to cancel out any of the veining and dark circles on my lids. Once that's blended in, I'm going to go over with a special eye primer, and really on the daily you don't need an eye primer and a tacky concealer on the lid, but for this day it is a wedding and I wanted everything to last and last and last, so I am using a separate eye primer from Lorac. I'm going to be using my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette today, and I'm first starting off with this matte nutmeggy brown color, and I'm going to use this on a fluffy brush and just really dust it into the crease. I'm taking my time with this shade and blending and blending and blending. I just want to make sure before we get started that my crease is nice and defined and that I'm not going into the rest of the eyeshadow with an already harsh edge. Then I'm going to take this reddish brown on a flat brush and I'm going to start packing this into the outer corners. And I feel like it's slightly hard to see at this angle, but I'm about to zoom in so you can get a better look. I'm really taking my time to build the intensity of the shade up. I don't want to get a very muddy look or get too much intensity off of the bat, and if you can tell, I'm really focusing the most shade on the outer corner of my eyes. Then I'm going to take the same shade on a small pencil brush from Morphe. I'm going to define my crease and outer V with this color, and I'm being very careful with my placement of this color because once it's down, and all I'm going to do is a little bit of blending. I really like shades like that are kind of like one-stop shops, you know? I'm going to take this shimmery pink color and I'm going to pack this on the inner corners of the lid to meet with that brown. Then I'm going to take a matte bone color and use this to highlight my brow bone. This will help to blend out any harsh edges I may have in the crease as well. We're going to pause on the eyes and move into the rest of the face. I'm going to prime my face using the Too Faced Hangover RX primer, and even if you don't use a primer on the daily, I always recommend one for a special event sort of makeup look. Of course, they help prolong your makeup, but they also provide you with a really nice base to start with. My skin is dry, so I'm using a hydrating primer here, and I'm really making sure to pack that on everywhere, especially under the eyes. I'm going to take my favorite YSL foundation. I have this in the shade B30 Almond, and I'm going to blend this all over the face using a Tarte foundation brush. I don't want a heavy or cakey look, but obviously I want to look flawless. So I'm going to use this all over the face and really, really buff it into the skin for a flawless and airbrushed look. For me, I don't even have to use concealer when I use this foundation. It is like my wonder product. But I'm going to use one more quick layer just to ensure that I am beat to the gods. This foundation is really cool because it is literally the texture of water and it's so thin and liquidy, which means it doesn't get cakey. I'm going to target the under eyes using first a brightening concealer that has a very strong pinky undertone. This one is extremely inexpensive and it is from Maybelline. And I'm going to follow up on top with a flesh tone concealer. This helps keep things from looking too pink and too bright and really unnatural in that under eye area, while also adding a lot of brightness to the look. I am actually packing on the concealer quite a bit here. This Naked Concealer from Urban Decay is extremely forgiving though, and never lets me look a little bit too cakey. Then it is time to blend using a beauty blender or just any damp sponge. This one from Real Techniques is really nice because it is pointed like the beauty blender, which means I can get into small areas like right under the under eye, and it just makes it really easy to target those. I'm taking my time with this. I'm blending and blending and blending because this can make or break your makeup look. This can actually like pull your entire face together, no contouring, no anything else necessary, or it can make you look really cakey and unblended if you don't do it right. Once it is blended, I'm going to take a bit of face powder and I'm just going to dust this in the under eye area. I'm also going to set the other areas on the face where I conceal, but I'm going to wait until they have a bit of time to set just because that makeup can get a little bit cakey if I set it with powder straight away. Let's go back to the eyes for a minute. I'm going to take that kind of terracotta brown blending color just on the lower lash line using a small pencil brush. I'm really not afraid to smoke this out to make it kind of more dramatic and heavy and make it sort of meet with the outer corner of my upper lid. It kind of gives a nice cat eye shape to the entire look. Then I'm going to take that red brown and just put it very lightly on the outer corners. Then I'm going to blend. And the way that I like to blend is right under the lower lash line where I just put that shadow. Then I like to drag it into the crease. And I feel like this helps it look really seamless. I'm going to take that pink shimmery color and just pop it on the inner corners. I didn't get the best angle for this, but I'm going to draw a semi-thick line of liquid liner on my upper lash line. This will really help your lashes to stand out and look thicker, and for me, it will provide a nice base for falsies. I like to set my makeup using a setting spray, which means I don't like to do my lashes until last because sometimes they can smudge and leave a ring around my eyes if I like spray liquid all over them. So I'm going to actually move back into the face, I know, kind of jumping around, and I'm going to set my highlighted areas just using the same face powder used under the eyes. Then I'm going to take a bronzer, this one is from NYC, on a fluffy brush, and I'm going to dust it all over my face for a very bronzy, slightly contoured look. I'm taking this under the cheekbones, on the temples. I feel like this will really also provide a nice base and make my second contour shade that I'm going to use next a little bit more natural. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I'm just barely tapping my brush in that and then just lightly defining right underneath those cheekbones with that color. Gonna blend, blend, blend using an e.l.f. angled blush brush so there are no harsh edges. Then my favorite tip for a very sharp contour is to take a bit of face powder right under it, and I will blend this later. I like to give it a little bit of time to set. I'm also going to use a bit of bronzer just under the jaw. This helps to hide any sort of a double chin and also to sharpen the jawline. Using this peachy blush from Too Faced, I'm going to dust this on the apples of my cheeks. You could really pair whatever blush you would like. I just like these peach tones because for me they look quite natural and bring a lot of life to my skin. If there were ever a day to highlight, a wedding is the day for it. So I'm going to be highlighting the tops of my cheekbones using MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish in Lightscapade. I'm also going to drag this down the bridge of the nose on the Cupid's bow and just between the brows. Moving into brows, I'm going to first brush mine out just using a small spoolie so that all of the hairs go in one direction. One direction, do you get it? Oh my god, I can't believe they're taking a break. Then I'm going to use this very light taupe colored brow pencil to fill them in. I'm really focusing most of the product on the bottom part of my brows for the most part and just dragging it through. Then I will brush through them and then brush down on the top part of the tail of my brows. I know that doesn't make sense. I feel like it's a lot easier to just watch, but this way I think that I get a sharper and more defined tail while the inner part of my brows stays a little bit lighter and a bit more natural. Just going to use a bit of clear brow gel to set those puppies in place. I'm going to blend that powder under my contour so that it doesn't look crazy. And I'm going to take a bath in my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, which will help my makeup stay in place and look a bit more natural. I'm going to tightline and define my eyes using this really pretty bronzy brown eyeliner from MAC. I think this is called Costa Riche, and I love this. It's not too dramatic, but it really adds a little bit of something to the eyes. I'm going to curl those lashes and apply a quick coat of mascara to just help them blend in with my falsies. Then I'm going to apply a pair of really pretty wispy full lashes, and I just put a little bit of lash glue on these, let it get tacky, and then applied them as close as I could to the base of my lash line. For lips, I'm going to be using a nude lip liner from Too Faced to define them and slightly overdraw them. I love to do this for special occasions because I like a slightly fuller pout from time to time. Then I'm going to use a nudie brown lipstick from ColourPop on top, and this will complete my entire look. I like the way that the nude looks with this, but you could go with any color that you wanted. Jumping back into hair, I'm going to do the finishing steps here. I'm just going to straighten over the areas I was telling you about previously where I tend to have a little bit of kink and curl, just so I have a nice smooth base going into my curls. And this flat iron is also from Numi, and I will have a coupon code for it down below. You can get 50% off of all of their irons, I believe, with a coupon code that I have. So if you're not into the curls, then you can get yourself a great flat iron for a good deal right now too. Here's the completed hair and makeup. I love the makeup. I think it's so beautiful and slightly smoky without being over the top. And the hair looks so glamorous and voluminous. And we're going to move into my outfit. I know they say don't wear black to a wedding, but this was a black tie wedding, so I'm wearing this black beautiful gown from Simply Be, and I paired that with a pair of gorgeous earrings because this has a really intricate bust-like neckline, so I wanted a nice pair of earrings to go with it. My shoes are just a basic pair of black heels, and then here is one more quick overview of the completed look. That is going to be it, and I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already, and until next time, I love you guys so much. I will see you in the next video. It's so hot. I'm trying not to melt. I'm sorry if I seem rushed. But yeah, I've got a wedding to attend, so I will see you guys soon.